Cubix, a brand under Philippines tech giant that is Cherry Mobile, just released a hot new device that looks awesome on paper. The Lazada exclusive brand launched the Cubix Cube 3, the latest addition to its flagship Cube lineup. The sub 5,000 smartphone market is really saturated at this time, which makes us wonder what the Cherry Mobile did to make the Cube 3 stand out with everyone else. Let's go figure it out. The Cube 3 is available in 4 different colors: white, dark blue, the ever so popular rose gold, and the one we have here, the champagne gold. And I must say, the color variants gave the device a premium title despite the cheap price tag. The shiny metallic gold paint at the front edges of the device screams luxury. Unfortunately, the Cube 3 is actually entirely made with polycarbonate plastic, but the presentation deceived us in a good way. I also like the design accents at the back cover. These embossed tiny diamond shapes look simple with no frills, which made it look really elegant. The minimalistic design of the Cubix logo also contributed to the overall look of it. What we got here is a 5.5-inch device, which sends the Cube 3 to the phablet space. The device feels large in the hands and quite hard to grasp, especially for people with smaller hands. There's also some noticeable heft to it, but nothing to be really worried about. At least, its rounded corners makes it up for it, so it is still a little plus on the ergonomic side. Speaking of the display, Cherry Mobile thrown in a 5.5-inch HD IPS screen for this bad boy, with a 1280 by 720 resolution and has 267 pixels per inch. A pretty inspiring display specifications. Not only that it looks good on paper, but the display can really deliver. The panel is bright, with punchy colors and awesome contrast. Sharpness is also on point, but still no match to high-end ones. But still, this thing is close. The panel also beams an ample amount of backlighting, which makes outdoor visibility fairly easy. Viewing angles is also a killer. The screen itself really looks like it has been laminated with the glass above it. The large and sharp display made gaming more immersive, plus with its MediaTek chipset inside, which has an octa-core Cortex A53 1GHz processor, partnered with a 2GB of RAM and an Mali T720 GPU. Big titles like Mortal Kombat X and EA's UFC delivers superb gaming experience. Also, a processor-hungry game called Roller Coaster Tycoon, which I saw struggle in some devices that I have reviewed before, ran seamlessly on this device. Browsing through the home screen, social media apps, and other light activities are also flawless. Plus, with the help of its well-utilized 2GB of RAM, you can switch between different applications without breaking a sweat. The Cube 3 runs on a pretty dated Android 5.1 Lollipop, a standard to most devices that aren't that ambitious enough to house the Marshmallow version. Cherry Mobile also didn't waste any effort on skinning the device, thus leaving the clean and straightforward Android look. Also, another thing to love is its 4G LTE capability, Wi-Fi BGN, and Bluetooth 4.0. But not everything is a killer on this device. For one, the loudspeaker on this thing is the worst that I have seen in any device. The volume is just too low on this thing. Watching a YouTube video or listening to music without an external output would be really difficult. Also, the 16MP primary camera and the 8MP front-facing one are overrated. The camera at the back can definitely shoot impressive photos, but not 16MP impressive. I have seen tons of 8MP and 12MP that perform better. Images have good color production and contrast is above average, but the sharpness is a bit questionable. Details appear to be soft and plain, which is probably on the software's fault rather than the sensor itself. It also struggles to figure the correct white balance. Those impressions are also carried out on the front-facing shooter. Everything looks okay, but details are really on the soft side. The Cube 3 can also shoot 1080p videos, with the quality same as with the still photos. And probably the ugliest characteristic that the Cube 3 has is its battery being non-removable. The ability to easily swap out the module as it runs out of juice is pretty convenient. or to easily replace it when it starts to crap out, which will inevitably happen over time. So there you have it, the Cubix Cube 3 in all its glory. It's pretty obvious, this smartphone doesn't possess anything that wowed me, but still, it is hard not to recommend this to anyone who's looking for a device that is under the 5,000 budget. The Cube 3 doesn't have any quirks up its sleeve, but I still enjoyed my time with it. Rather than wasting the consumer's money on nonsense shenanigans and tricks, Share Mobile focused on bolstering the essential parts of the device. The display is large and stunning for the price. The processor is powerful enough to handle high-end games and day-to-day tasks. We also have a clean and dated Android version. These parts are what I think the essential components of a good smartphone. This has been NoypiGeeks' review of the Cubix Cube 3. For a more detailed look about this device, be sure to check out the full written review link below. You can also hit the thumbs up button and share this video if you liked it, and also subscribe if you still haven't. Thank you for watching.